Vicki.
Okay. I call the meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals of McHenry County to order. Thank you all for coming. This is a petition for, I need my glasses, excuse me just a moment. I mean, I could wing it, but no. Okay, this is petition number Z25-0010. The PIN number is 02-31-226-001. The address is 19209 Altenburg Road in Harvard, and the request is for an A1 to an A1C to request a conditional use permit allowing for a landscape business with outdoor storage. The applicant is Josue Malbais.
Yep.
Got it, okay. The location is 2.6 acre parcel at the southeast corner of the intersection of Altenburg Road and Schultz Road in Alden Township. Okay, we'll start with the board introductions. And we'll start on my left.
Robert Cozen, Algonquin Township.
Mary Donner, Greenwood Township.
Charlie Eldridge, Richmond Township.
Vicki Gartner, Nunda Township.
Kurt Schnabel, Riley Township.
Jessica Beverly, Door Township.
Bill Kurdick, Grafton Township.
Thank you. Okay, so what we will do today, I'll just give a brief explanation of our procedures here. We are a quasi-judicial board, which means we're not, a judge and jury or anything like that, but everything is recorded, and some cases do go to court, so everything has to be exactly according to procedures. Please don't speak until you are recognized, and I will give you that chance to speak. Everybody will have a chance. This is a hearing, after all. We're here to hear you. First thing that we'll do is I will swear everybody in who plans on talking, or I'll just swear everybody in, period. And then we'll go with the testimony from the petitioner. And after that, we'll ask questions. The board might have questions for the petitioner. We will go through each of us asking questions. The petitioner will answer. Then the staff might have questions. And then you in the public, the audience, might have questions, and then it would be your turn to ask questions, but not until then. Okay. After that, we'll have a staff report, and then if you have an opinion on this petition that you would like to make public, that will be your opportunity after the staff report. So I will let you know when that is. And following that, we will at some point be voting on this. So thank you, and we'll go on with the business at hand, which is reading the legals for this petition. Again, it's petition Z25-0010, and it used to be 2024-047, but we've changed our petition numbering system. Okay, the publisher's certificate of publication from a newspaper is dated July 3rd, 2025, and thereby meets the ordinance requirements. The affidavit of posting was signed, and the date posted was July 9, 2025, and thereby meets the ordinance requirements. The affidavit of mailing was signed, and date mailed was July 1st, 2025, and thereby meets the ordinance requirements. The survey has been checked against the petition, legal notice, and the publication in the newspaper, and all three match. The filing fees have been paid. The endangered species consultation was not required for this petition, and the McHenry County Soil and Water Conservation District report has been received, which is number NRI L24-069-4625, if you're interested. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going to swear everybody in who will be speaking, so even if you don't think you want to speak now, go ahead and let me swear you in so that you're ready if you change your mind. So all of those here, please raise your right hand. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this testimony today. Thank you.
I do.
Thank you. Okay.
We need everyone to say I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Everybody say yes. Okay. Now, we have a petition for this hearing, and petitions are long and boring. Would you waive the reading of the petition?
Yes.
Say yes, yes. Thank you. Okay, now it's your turn. Please introduce yourselves and tell us what you would like to do.
Yes, my name is Eloy Aguirre. It's Josue Malves, the petitioner. And we have a landscaping business that is parked at the property that we want the conditional use for. We chose that property because it's just spacious and it's close to town. It's out in the outskirts of town, so it's not, far away from the city. And it's just close to home and it's a good space. So we park the trucks there and we like to keep it because this is very convenient. There's no oil changes that go there or nothing. We respect the code. So we don't do mechanic work or anything. It's just that space we use it solely to park the cars and just to park them and leave. We have a little bit of material like mulch, leftover gravel. That's it. There's no purpose of business for it. We don't sell anything. It's just to park our trucks for the company.
Okay. I'll turn questions to the board now, and we'll start with Bob.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. So what is the size of your business in terms of employees or amount of work?
4 employees.
And how long have you been in this business?
About 9.
What brought you to this particular parcel?
Well, there was a good price on it.
That's
Yeah, so it was bought, and the house was bought with the property, and then we looked at it, and it was pretty, back then nobody parked there. We had to clean it up. So, and then we saw that it was spacious and good, so we just, decided to.
Anyone residing on the property as in terms of the employees or the owner?
Yeah, normally, we have 4 employees, and so we rent the house. So three employees lives there in the house. So only one employee come from out.
The trucks and so forth, are they fueled or serviced on the property, or do you take them elsewhere?
We take them elsewhere. We never do.
So there's no fuel tank? Or
Nothing, no.
in that regard. Where is the range of your business? How far east, west, north, and south do you?
I would say 15 miles, 35 miles, around, I would say something like that.
Do you bring any landscape material such as plants or shrubbery or things to be planted elsewhere?
No, just some extra mulch, extra, just mulch and the little dirt extra we take out. So we put it there for a few weeks and then we remove it.
In the winter season, do you do any snow plowing or anything along in that type of work?
Winter? No.
Winter, yes. I know it's hard to imagine we ever have winter.
That's true.
Not today.
So you do
No.
not,
Yeah. Winter, the trucks will stay there.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. Mary?
Okay, I understand, pardon, I'm a little gravelly, AC warm. I understand from your narrative that you have cleaned up the property and that you now have it set up. And the reason that you're here is because you didn't have landscaping, you didn't have a permit to do what you did, and now you want to make sure that what you're doing is going to be according to the standards that we take on. So my question is, will your site be substantially in the same form as it is now? I know you said you're going to have, you have 4 employees? you're going to have outside, so- what do you call them? Outhouses. You're going to have two sources for bathroom services for your employees. You know, you have to have them for 5, but you say you're going to have them for 4. You have a 35-mile radius. Do you go all the way up, because you're so close to the border in Wisconsin, do you go up to Wisconsin to do any of your work?
Sometimes.
In your narrative, I just don't have it in front of me. There were some questions asked of you right there, and you answered them. Do you stand by what you have? That's what I'm looking at. Standards for approval for conditional use, do
Yes.
you stand by what you have said on these? So we will take that and put that into the record.
Okay.
Make sure, thank you very much. At the moment, I do not have any other questions. No, not.
You said that you sometimes have mulch or topsoil on the site. What is the most mulch and the most topsoil you'd have at any one time?
Probably we have around, 25 yards dirt or topsoil. And then mulch only we have around 5 or 6 yards,
That would be the top, like the most.
the most.
Okay, that'd be the most, okay.
I'm sorry. How many yards of mulch did you say you would have? You said something, I thought it said
We
cars.
keep around 4 or 5 yards
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
only that much. Got it.
sometimes.
I apologize, Charlie, I didn't hear it.
Do you bring any yard waste or landscape waste to the site?
No.
And you don't burn on the site?
No.
We did last 2 years.
We used to,
Yeah,
but we don't know.
yeah.
Okay, I think that's all I've got right now.
Thank you. Kurt?
Couple questions. Number one, could we review the equipment, trucks, et cetera, that would be parked at your facility currently or in the near future?
Sure.
Yeah, dump trucks, pickup trucks, tell me what you've got.
So we have dump trucks,
How many?
um, 4,
For dump truck.
What size are they?
It's a 16,000.
Medium duty?
medium duty, medium duty.
It's a plate
So
F.
4 dump trucks would also be got then.
And boom truck.
Dump truck,
Yeah.
okay, good. Do you do trees?
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
'Cause that's gonna lead into my next question. What else do you have besides the 4 dump trucks? Do you have a Bobcat or?
Yeah, we have the mini Bobcat. It's a mini Bobcat.
Just
The mini
one?
skid
Mini
steer
skister.
and
Yeah.
2 skid steers.
2 skid steers, okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of?
A chipper,
Chipper,
wood chipper.
gas-powered wood chipper?
Yeah.
Do you use that on site?
No.
Only at the customer's site?
Yes. Correct.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I also, just kind of in conclusion here for me, I'd like to know more about the basics of your operation because there's no 2 landscape companies that are the same from my experience. So you do an occasional tree trimming, it sounds like. What is the bulk of the work that you actually do? Do you do flower beds, bushes? Tell me what you do.
Yeah, we normally do patios. It's I think it's 80% the job, 30% just patios. Yeah, brick patios and sidewalks, and mulch and garden beds. Probably another 10%, another 10% trees. So trimmer and cut some trees, and we don't mowing, so we don't have more equipment that only the patio, retaining wall, something like that.
So are you installing pavers for these patios?
Oh, yeah.
And tell me how that works.
How was that?
You don't bring the pavers to your site, I assume they would be.
Oh, no, we normally, dig it down and we go to dump the dirt, the close is the place. And then, bring the gravel to the place, gravel, bring to the job. And then the pavers, so where we buy the pavers, we bring to the job, so we don't bring to the home. So we bring directly to the landscaping supply to the job. Yeah, and then the extra pavers, so we bring that. And then the future we use it, the next project.
So there's my minimal storage of papers.
Yeah,
Only the leftovers, pretty much. If we can't use them, we just throw them away.
Well, when you're doing a patio paver job, do you have like the gravel, the sand, whatever you need brought into the site where you're working, or do you bring it to your place and then haul it out?
Most times we buy it and take it to the job location. Sometimes you have to store it a little bit. It all depends on the size of the job, the location, yes. But most times it's directly from the provider to the customer.
All right, that's all I have for right now, thank you.
Anna, can you pull up the Google one? Oh, no, the aerial picture that shows the trees. Yeah, this one. Are you gonna keep these trees in for screening for your neighbors? Or are you taking all the trees out? Because it's coming in from there, right? So like, how much tree removal are you doing on the site to make your lot?
on the side, I'm not sure, but I take probably 4 or 5 trees this big. And I cut 2 big trees by the Schultz Road. The Alden Township gave me a permit for cut the trees and cut the driveway. So and I cut 2 big trees there by the driveway. But inside, probably 4 or 6 trees that this big, 20 inches.
Are you gonna install more screening? I mean, you're not putting up a building, so all of these vehicles are gonna just be out in the lot, right?
Right.
Are you gonna install more screening around so that it's not visible from the road or from your neighbor's yards?
Probably we can plant another couple of trees, more trees there. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have.
Just a few questions. Access to the property for your landscape business is going to be from Schultz Road. Access is not going to be from, what is it, Altenburg Road, correct?
No, there's no access to that.
Okay, did you say about 80% of your business is installing pavers for patios and walkways?
Yeah.
Do you have any current plans to remove any more trees than you've already done? Because I understand you've already removed some trees, correct?
Yeah, no, we don't want to remove any more trees. I think it's enough space we need it. It's enough. Yeah. So we don't want to cut any more trees.
Okay. And you said you had 4 employees?
Yeah.
Does that include the 2 of you? Or is
No,
it,
he don't work with.
he doesn't work with you?
I'm his brother-in-law.
You're his brother-in-law. Your brother-in-law is the owner of the property?
No.
No.
he is.
You own the property?
Yeah.
And you own the business?
Yeah.
Okay. Who lives in the home?
Good. Oh, it's my it's there live 3 guys. They work with me, so there live 2 guys there.
2 guys live there in the
Yeah.
home?
Yeah.
Are they your employees?
Yeah. It's my yeah.
That's all I have.
Thank you. Okay, so just to clarify, when you have gravel or sand coming in for a job, for a patio or sidewalk, whatever, is that gravel delivered to your business site or is it delivered to the customer site?
It's not delivered, we go pick it up, what he goes.
Okay, so you just go with a dump truck and you have it filled up and you bring it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it never really goes, it's never dumped anywhere except where it's gonna live, right?
Yes. Unless there's a little leftover, you never, there's a little bit,
Okay.
most of the time, yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to just clarify also, you said you don't plan on cutting down any more trees, right?
No.
Okay. How long have you owned the property?
I think 2022, yeah, 2022,
So about 3 years?
3 years. So,
Okay.
yeah, about 3 years.
Okay, now where, we have a survey here in our packet. And Anna, if you could bring that up, please. Thank you. There's a section, which I think is at the end of the driveway, toward the middle of the property. It says proposed something, and it's so tiny I can't read it. What is that proposed for?
Proposed pathway.
Pathway?
Yeah, it's on, that's right.
Okay, and what is that exactly?
Why you say?
That's where the driveway ends and opens
Yeah.
up to the property? Was
The
that
V,
maybe?
right? The V.
The what?
Are you looking at the V right there?
So you may certainly go up to the screen there
Yes.
and point things out.
I'm going to do that because,
And then while you're going up there, Vicki, I'm going to remind, as we are switching our speakers, that we need to identify each other. Which reminds me, for the transcriptionist, for the record, my name is Anna Kurtzman. I'm senior planner here.
thank you. Good catch, Anna. Okay, what I'm talking about is this area here. Oh, that's the proposed parking area. Okay, because I was gonna ask you to come up here and show me where you plan on parking. Okay. Even up there, it was hard to read. Okay, I think that is all I have. And you said that you would be willing to go with the written answers to the standards that you supplied for us already?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And I think I had a question on one of those as well. I can find that. I can't. You have it. Thank you.
You're just very
Yeah. Okay, okay, you said, for the first one, you said all the standards have been reviewed. And does that mean that you can comply with the standards, that you meet all the standards that apply to this ordinance? Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
You believe so, okay. Okay, is there anything happening on your property that creates any noise or any kind of disturbance?
Except the trucks, the engines, you know,
And are they diesel?
Yeah.
yes.
Do they have to be warmed up for 15 minutes or whatever?
Not really, because we work summertime, so, it's, yeah.
Okay,
Winter later.
Okay.
All
all right.
So it's minimal, you know, trucks nowadays don't make too much.
Okay, I think that's all I have then.
Madam Chairman,
Yes,
I have one other question for
yes.
you. What hours are you going to be working? Do you leave very early in the morning and get back, like, is it 6 until 3 or 7 until 4? Or do you work until you're done and it's dark? Or do you have set hours that you will be working?
Morning, we start at 7
You start at 7?
and to 5 usually. That could go a little bit later, but
Okay.
usually 7 to 5.
And can I go back just one more to remind myself, how many vehicles do you have at a time that are going to be leaving there at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, sometimes we use 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5.
Well, if you only
Sometimes
have
only
four,
one.
if you only have four
Yeah.
employees, nobody else is gonna be driving. Okay, I'm sorry, that was kind of rhetorical and I apologize, but thank you very much.
Okay, so we've gone through the standards. Does, Anna, do you have any questions for the
I do. For the record again, my name is Anna Kurtzman, Senior Planner. Following up on what Ms. Donner was asking. So hours of operations from 7 to 5. So you're leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning. You're arriving at 5 or you're leaving your job site at 5 and coming back later?
Depends how big is the job. So normally we be there by 5 or 4:30.
Okay.
Yeah, 4:30 or 5 we'll be on the shop.
Okay. So you could conceivably have your employees come back as late as 6-ish?
Yeah, 6:50.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
6:55. And some guys a little like 7:05.
So the.
Excuse me, is that in the 7, is that in the morning?
Yeah,
Okay, so they arrive at your job site or at your place about 6:55 in the morning? And what time do they get back in the evening?
after 3:30 and 5 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be 12 hours.
Okay, so I'm still just a little bit confused. So your employees are arriving and getting ready to leave the site. They're arriving as early as, how early in the morning?
6:50.
About 6:50 a.m.
6:50, yeah.
Okay. And then the latest that you would anticipate that they would get back would be how late?
How late? Our late 5.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, sometimes when the job is a little small, so we have like an hours. So we be back by 3:30. Sometimes 4.
Okay.
Depends.
okay, okay. And then you said that you have 4 employees, but you also indicated that there are occasions when you might be taking 5 vehicles off-site. The math doesn't work there, so please explain
Yeah,
that.
you know, normally we make the truck for a cheap, for the chips, good chips. So we have to put a tarp on the top so the chips don't blow out.
Right,
So that vehicle only we use when we cut trees. So we live in there when we don't cut trees, so we live in the vehicle there. And the
okay,
bucket truck, we live in normally the truck and the boom truck is there all the time. And then the construction trucks we use when we need it. And the truck, the cheaper truck we use when we cut trees, so we take that one.
okay. So you're indicating that of all your equipment, there's at least one piece of equipment that remains on premise at all times? Am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And no more than 4 of your vehicles are leaving site because you only have 4 drivers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you, okay.
Thank you. Okay, does anybody have questions for Anna on the board?
She hasn't given a report yet.
Oh. You have to do public questions. Hold on, yes, I see, okay.
You need bigger plates.
Okay, Now is the time for anybody in the audience to ask questions that they might have. I ask that you wait until you're called on, and when you come up here, you need to come up and, because we have a recording device right there. So we are recording everything, so you need to be heard. So you need to walk up, give us your name and your address. I will time your questions. You'll have 3 minutes to ask questions. And that also allows for the answers from the petitioners. If you have extra questions after your 3 minutes, you can pass them on to somebody else in the audience to give. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice too. And I ask that you don't repeat questions. Make sure that your questions only are about the testimony that was given, not, like how many brothers and sisters do you have or anything off the, the topic. It has to be about the testimony. And also please be respectful. And we'll start with your questions if you have any. If you do, raise your hand, I'll call you up. Sir, come up. Name and address.
Name is Jerry Adams. I live at 19327 Altenburg Road, which in proximity is right there at the intersection of Schultz across the block.
Okay. So you're basically across the street.
Across the street, I look at the trucks and stuff every day. Can I ask you, how long are you going to continue cutting the trees down? You've been cutting the trees down for 2 years now.
Can you speak up, please?
I said, I want to know how much more trees he's going to cut down, because he's been cutting the trees down for 2 years. It used to be a wooded lot, thorough. And the
So how
property-
long are you going to be cutting trees down yet, or are you finished now?
There's no plan to cut more trees.
No plan to cut any more.
And do you plan on stockpiling firewood and stuff?
No.
Every year you've had 5 yards of firewood cut and split.
No, there'll be no fire. No fire.
What's your intention to do to increase the assessed value of that property? Are you going to do screening of the trucks? Or if that's required?
Oh, whatever is required, we do it, yeah. Whatever requires me, we will comply.
I would like to see conditional use, if he is granted it, to have screening for the vehicles and coming and going and stuff. Because right now, I look out my picture window and I see a bucket truck, I see.
Okay, that's
Just
not a
questions
question.
right
Just
now.
question.
That's not a question. That's, sort of a statement. So if you have any more questions, you have a minute and a half.
What are you gonna do to try and increase the assessed value? You've already got the house in better shape. What is he gonna do other?
Well, since we did that, we already showed that we're making it better. We're just gonna keep making the house better or whatever. That's the plan.
Is that all? Thank you. Anybody else have questions?
Okay, this is the first time I've ever been to a zoning meeting like this, so I am not.
And I need your name and your address.
Correct. My name's Janet Catherine. My address is 19117 Altenburg Road. I live to the east of this property. My husband and I both own 20 acres to the east of this and it adjoins. And my husband wasn't able to be here, and it was my understanding that, we should just write up our concerns.
This isn't a time for concerns. This is a time for questions.
There'll be another
There'll be
time.
a separate time where
It'll
you
be
make
later.
a statement.
Today?
Yes. Yes.
In that case, I would like to know if this gentleman is the property owner or is he the business owner?
Oh,
Can I ask who Nicholas Alvarez is? It says owner of record.
yeah, Nicolas Alvarez buy the house, but we have a contract with him. So I have to pay the property in 5 years. So almost done next year, almost done next year. So legally the property, the owner is Nicolas. And, and next year, it will be the property, the owner of the property next year.
So it's kind of like a short-term mortgage?
Yeah,
Personal.
yeah,
And whose name is on the title of the property?
it's Nicolas.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Thank you, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, well, I have to rethink things here. Great to talk about other stuff. Since I do live very close and I can hear things, I hear chainsaws. Do you use chainsaws?
Do you use chainsaws?
Yeah.
For the job, for the trees?
Yeah, on your property. You use chainsaws, the lumber that you bring in on your trucks, you use chainsaws.
Yeah, probably you have chainsaws before. Last 2 years, we make some firewood, but I have a couple Fiskars firewood right now. But this year, we don't make any more firewood, and in the future, no more firewood. So we out of the business, of the firewood business. So we have a little pile right now, and but this winter we sold the firewood and we don't make any more. So this 2025 we don't make any more firewood. And 2025 we don't make any more firewood, and no more in the future.
As far as during the time that I have observed you guys with your business, you have had like bonfires every now
Okay,
and then.
the time is up.
Oh, that 3 minutes, was that my talking time or their talking time?
That's both. Wait.
Thank you.
If you have more questions, you can pass them on to someone else to ask. Sir, come up.
Jeff Capron, the Sun.
The Sun?
19117 Altenburg Road.
I'm sorry, what?
19117 Altenburg Road.
Okay.
I have 3 minutes.
3 minutes, go.
You wanna pass 3 minutes on so you can answer my questions?
No, you have to ask the
You
questions.
have to ask the questions.
Do you have anything you want to ask?
Hi, my name is Pat Bovee, and I live at 6604 Schultz Road. I have a couple of questions. Can you please tell me what exactly is the conditional use?
You're asking the applicant.
Right. What is the conditional use for the property?
So,
What are you seeking?
to have a place where we can park our trucks, and that's legal.
So it's illegal to park trucks on residential property? I'm asking. I guess I'm wondering why it's a conditional use in the first place. And if there's a conditional use, are you asking for a zoning change as well?
Anna, can you step in here, please?
Okay, so, no, it's not changing the zoning, the underlying zoning, it's staying the A1, okay? The landscape, they're asking for a landscape business with outdoor storage. It's the outdoor storage portion of it.
That's the conditional use?
Is the conditional use.
Okay, all right, so that makes a little bit more sense to me. And my other question is, if you sold the property, would that revert back to the original just A1 zoning without the conditional use once it's sold?
Okay, with the permission of the chair, I'll answer that question. Conditional use permits have conditions that are attached to them.
Okay.
Right now, staff is recommending our standard of a 10-year period. So the conditional use would go with the land if the condition that we're recommending goes with this petition going forward, it would be valid for 10 years.
So my question is, would you consider, or would the board consider it being a conditional use to revert back to original if the ownership has changed? That's would be my question. And my last question is, doesn't the legal owner of the property have to apply for the application? Yes.
Again, with permission of the chair. So the owner of the property has to sign the paperwork
Okay.
saying that they are aware and giving permission for the application to be processed. And we would get that authorization from NIP.
Okay. That would be all of my questions. I would just hope that,
If you have a statement, you can say that one later.
okay.
Thank you. Does anyone else have questions? Okay, no more questions. We're done. Okay, Anna, can you give us your report?
Certainly. Again, for the record, my name is Anna Kurtzman. I'm senior planner here for McHenry County. The applicant is here today asking for a landscape business with outdoor storage to be located at the southeast corner of Schultz and Altenburg Road. The property is currently zoned A1, and on 3 sides it is also zoned A1. To the north, across from Altenburg Road, it is zoned E3 V, so in a state district with a variance. That variance was granted in 2004 for structures to be located in the front yard. I did have a ZBA member contact me earlier asking for clarification regarding some of the other surrounding zoning in the area. As you travel south on Schultz Road, on the west side of Schultz Road, there is an A2V property that was also granted in 2004, and that was to reduce the road frontage from the 330 feet, which is required, to 328.7 feet. And then a little bit further south of that is an A2 parcel that was rezoned in 2019. Going on to surrounding land uses, the predominant use in the immediate proximity here is residential. As you leave the intersection of Schultz and Altenburg, you can see that it transitions into an agricultural area. Future land use designation. So the map is indicating that this property and properties that are in near proximity are isolated estate. What that basically means is that the residential nature of the area is not to be taken into consideration as you deliberate your zoning. I'm going to highlight a few things on the site plan here. The applicant is going to be bringing in their work vehicles off of Schultz Road. They have indicated that they are going to have parking along the southern portion of their parking area there. You can see that there's a little bit of a dashed lines that go between the parking area and the house. That is to provide the handicapped area. There's handicap parking that is required. They have to be able to access the house with a handicapped bathroom will be located. So that is the reason why you have the path as shown there.
Does that path have to be, what's the surface on that path?
It's going to have to be ADA compliant. So when they come in for their permits, we'll work with them to come up with the surfacing
Okay, will that mean either asphalt or concrete?
in all probability.
And is there presently an ADA compliant access to the house?
I have not observed that is there. Okay.
So probably there'll have to be a ramp or something
Yes.
installed.
I know that our building official did go out and work with the applicant here to determine if obtaining access could be made. And the report back is that yes, it could be made with minimal inconvenience to the applicant.
And does the site require ADA compliant parking spaces as well?
Yes. Yeah.
So once again, probably have to be a hard surface of some sort.
For that one space that's required, yes.
Only one space would be
Yes.
required.
Given the number of employees and the amount of parking that's being provided, just one's required.
Is there any requirement for screening of the parking area?
Not with so few parking spaces, no.
Would there be any reason that we might not put a condition requiring screening?
You can certainly add that if that's what the board would like to do. Okay. I will note, when I was out there on the 21st, these are pictures that were taken from the Schultz Road. So the county vehicle is shown in the lower right corner there. There are 3, what I presume to be employee cars that are parked out at that location. So reminder that as a business that you will have to be on your property for your employee parking, okay, in the area noted in the site plan, okay? So make certain that you relay that to your employees, okay? I believe that concludes my report. Thank you.
We'll go down the line.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And there is certain zoning areas to the north and south. Do you have a history on when they were granted or for what purpose?
Okay, so I believe that you're referring to the E3 ED that's to the north there?
Yes.
Okay, so that was granted in 2004. The E3 was established before that. That was back in 1979, so it's been there for a while. But the D for the variance was granted in 2004, and that was for structures in the front yard. The northern of the 2 A2 districts that are shown here, that has a V designation on that. So the A2 zoning was granted in 2004. The frontage along the road there was too short. It was supposed to be 330 feet, it was 328.7 feet. So that's what the variance is for. And then the southern of the A2 districts, that is, was rezoned in 2019.
And what is the current status of the citation? How was it, is it resolved? Did it go to?
It will not be resolved until conclusion of this particular proceedings.
I know this isn't in the planning department, but do you know who does the roadway maintenance on this property, both to the west and to the north?
I believe, yes, okay. The property to the, or excuse me, the road to the west is a township road. The property to the, or the roadway to the north is the county's jurisdiction.
So Altenburg is county and Schultz is township.
That is also correct.
Thank you, I couldn't remember that.
Okay, so I've brought up the site plan. You will see that there's a little bit of red that is in the northeast corner of the subject property. The McDOT has indicated that with a change of use, that dedication of that area will be required.
Excuse me, can I follow up? Okay, follow. Change of use, even if it is a conditional use and not a map amendment?
Correct.
Text amendment?
Correct. Yeah.
All right, I have no further questions.
Thank you. Mary? Okay, so we are here to vote on whether this is an appropriate use for this property, for this conditional use. Once, assuming that we approve this zoning, this conditional use, there are other processes that have to go on for what kind of roads, what kind of handicap. Somebody's going to be out there making sure that there is a handicap bathroom, that there is a handicap this, all those kind of things are not the purview of this group, but once we do that, then it sets into a process of getting everything else in order to be able to complete what's needed for the conditional use that they're asking for. All those jurisdictions will be watching over that.
So yes,
So this isn't the be-all and the end-all. This is
No.
the beginning of the process.
so conditional use permits establish the potential for a use to occur on a property adhering to a site plan. After a conditional use permit is approved by the county board, then additional permits are required in order to make the business compliant with all regulations.
Access, culverts.
Correct.
All those kinds of things.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure, check, to make sure that that is a correct question to be asking you.
It is.
Okay, thank you.
Do they have of right and ability to put a sign on the site?
By right, no. I mean, they can do like for sale signs and so on, but I assume that the question is geared towards, do they have the right to put
Marketing
a?
business.
So I believe the answer is no to that.
Would the planning department recommend, if we do require screening, that it be a fence or that it be a landscape buffer?
You can certainly recommend whichever type of screening you think is appropriate.
Okay, but the department doesn't have a view on that particularly.
Whichever one you think is going to work the best for your purposes.
Okay.
Anybody else have questions for Anna? No, okay, I just have one or two. Other than the outstanding violation, were there any other violations on the site?
I'm not aware of any.
Okay. And have there been any complaints from neighbors about this site?
So that's how this originated. There was a complaint that was filed.
Okay. And the complaint specified noise or?
I have not looked at that complaint specifically in quite a while. I couldn't tell you this very second what the specific of the complaint was.
Okay, but it was because of the complaint that the violation was discovered?
So the complaint was filed, staff is obligated to research and determine the validity of the complaint. It was found that there was a landscape business operating without the conditional use permit.
Okay. And would it be appropriate to make a condition to prohibit firewood being?
Yes.
Okay. And would it also be appropriate to make a condition to prohibit cutting down any more trees from the site? That's a tough one, I know.
I think that I would advocate not adding that condition because any property is allowed to have vegetation on their property.
Yes.
And they can maintain that vegetation however they see fit.
I agree. I'm asking the question, not for myself, but more for the sake of the people in the audience to know that we cannot stop them from cutting trees. If they have a tree that is, rotting, they have to have it cut down. I mean, there's no two ways about it, So I just wanted to let you know, but we can actually prohibit firewood. So you can't make firewood.
Can I ask?
So, my recommendation at this point, since the applicant is indicating that they would like to speak, you were advised previously that you'd be allowed to do a concluding statement. So I would recommend that you hold on to whatever thought you currently have. Let the proceedings proceed, and
We're
then
almost
either
there.
ask your question or make your statement at that point.
Okay. Any other questions for Anna? Okay. All right. Now is the time for people in the audience to give their opinions. Again, you need to come up to the front, speak clearly, give your name and your address, and please be respectful of us, of the petitioner, of everybody here. So who would like to go first? Come up, sir.
A name and address again, please.
I'm Jerry Adams. I live at 19327 Altenburg Road. I would like you to consider as one of the conditions that the parking area be screened and improved surface, so they're not tracking mud or
Are you
debris.
speaking about the employee parking section or the?
Regardless, the driveway or make it improved, so they're not tracking mud onto the road or out of the road, in the parking area, regardless of whether it's one of their trucks or a customer.
Well, no customers are coming in, so it's only their trucks, but are you talking about the work trucks or the employee parking trucks?
Any vehicles that they have,
Okay,
to improve the surface, and that would answer my other question about improving the assessed value by improving the parking that they're gonna put in. Okay?
thank you.
Thank you.
Again, my name is Janet Capron, 19117 Altenburg Road. And I and my husband, my family, we live just to the east of this property. Our property adjoins it. And I'd like to read my husband's comments first. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here, but I'll read his comments and then I'll read mine.
Again, you have 3 minutes, so
I'll talk really fast.
good. We'll listen really fast.
Okay, my husband wrote this. His name is Dr. Philip Capron. My wife and I moved to our current location on 19117 Altenburg Road in 1980. Altenburg Road at that time was called the Bull Valley of Harvard. It was a quiet, peaceful, agricultural, country living area. The property being considered for rezoning is next to my house and land. The current owners or tenants have a wood cutting, wood splitting, and wood burning business there. There are usually 8 or more cars there, plus trucks and heavy equipment. The lot size is only 2.88 acres, so small that usually several cars are parked in and along the second driveway that they installed recently off of Schultz Road. This lot we feel is too small for their current business and certainly too small to add to a landscaping business with outside storage. This lot is very small even for a single family home. And I base that on the information that I acquired here that said that single-family homes were supposed to be 3+ acre lots, but that's going way back to the original owners. I am also saying we have tolerated the noise, traffic, and smoke so far, but this landscape business is too much. Okay, so I'll conclude his comments. So these are my comments. We live next to this property that is requesting the conditional use of the landscaping business, and these are my concerns. I do not know how many people or cars belong to the occupants of this address. Also, I do not know who resides or works there. The house structure may be used to house more than one family, perhaps, or I don't know how many adults. I do know that children have been there throughout the school year. I have, but I don't know. There is noise associated with their work. They use chainsaw a lot, wood cutting, stacking, bringing in products in and out of their driveway. These trees that they do bring in, because they bring in trees from outside, not just trees that they're cutting off on their property. So they bring in trees from outside. These trees could have insects that could be harmful to our trees, because we have trees on our property, which we maintain. They have large big truck equipment, and they park it on their lawn. And I'm wondering, do they park it on their septic field as well? The additional driveway, which off of Schultz Road, was installed long after the original house was built, and I think it was put in last year. And I'm wondering how this is how this is possible on this property to have an additional driveway if it's truly a single-family dwelling in a residential community. And anyway, they have 2 signs up regarding this zoning meeting. One was at the end of the driveway on Schultz, the other was at the end of the driveway on Altenburg. The one side at the end of the paved driveway on Altenburg is not readable because it's knocked over, and it has been that way for several weeks. I believe that's kind of a violation of your codes. This makes it so the other people in our community are not aware of the plans for this property. So that's just some of my concerns, and I would appreciate it if you're listening to them and taking them into consideration.
Thank you. Good job on timing. I forgot to turn on the timer. Okay, anybody else have a statement to make?
I have one. Capital Bay 6604 Shelby.
Wait, I'm gonna really turn it on.
I won't talk 3 minutes.
Okay, go.
My comment is just to hopefully consider the return of the conditional use if the property is sold to a different owner. That would be my ask. And my comment would be, as neighbors, it would be extremely, I'm not affected by your business as those people that have come up before me. But as neighbors, we need to be considerate of one another, and if the noise is the issue, you need to be really conscious of that and the amount of people coming in and off your property. I would never want somebody to tell me what to do with my business or my property, and I certainly don't want to do that to you, but just as a neighborhood ask, to be considerate of people that have to listen to that constantly. It would be really nice if you would extend yourself to them and be a little bit considerate of what you're doing. And, you guys have a yeoman's job to do, so that's all my comment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to make it clear as well that if this is approved, we're just a recommending body. We recommend if it should be approved or not to the county board. The county board makes the final decision on this. So we're just a step in between, even though we're very important. But the other thing is that once a conditional use is approved, there's a time limit on it. It will be in effect until that time limit is over, unless the people come in and ask for a renewal of that conditional use. If they don't, then it goes away. It doesn't just disappear otherwise. It has to be the full term, because it's on the land, not on the people. The conditional use is for the land, not the people who own the land or work there. So I just wanted to make that clear so that it's understood a little bit more. Okay, any more? Come on up, sir.
Paul Hespin, 7112 Altenburg Road, right across the street. Couple things. I'm a little more confused now than I was when I started. It seems that you're referring to this as a 4-space employee parking area, right?
There's
So-
2 parking areas, sir, one for the equipment and one for the employees to park.
Okay, that's what I didn't see where the equipment parking was. I thought it was all equipment.
I couldn't see it either. That's why I walked all the way up there to look.
So I don't have a problem with what they're doing, I just have a problem with where they're doing it. If you look at this neighborhood in general, and when you were showing the surrounding properties, this property is smack dab in the middle of all of those E2, E3 neighborhoods. These are all just 2 to 4.5 acre small parcels. There's a lot of pride of ownership in the area. There's a lot of pride of ownership on the neighboring parcels. This is the outlier in this neighborhood. I don't like the noise. I don't like the engines at first thing in the morning. I don't like the radio late at night. I don't like the garbage. I don't like them they're dumping their beer cans in the ditches on their way back at the end of the day. I just don't think it's an appropriate use in a very nice, quiet residential area. I don't have a problem with what they're doing. I have a problem with where they're doing. It's not, there's no pride of ownership there. if anything is overgrown, it's not that we're, that you can see through it. You can't. It's not well cared for. There are beautiful landscaping companies nearby that own properties, and there's much pride of ownership. They use those properties as advertising for their companies. They're so beautifully maintained. They couldn't do that here. It's just not appropriate in this area. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Follow that up.
Yes, I was sworn in.
Yeah, you just walked in late, so I'm going to have to swear you in because we are recording and this, has to be all legal, okay? So please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
My name is Bob Hespin. Thank you guys for being here. I'm at 7112 Altenburg. I just, back at the end of June, became the proud new owner of that property directly across the street that my daughter just spoke about. And in the short time we've been there, we have seen the pride of ownership of our neighbors. And much like my dad said, this place is the outlier. I've been serenaded by the radio late into the night multiple times, and again, as my father said, don't have a problem with what they're doing. Everybody's got the right to run a business in this country, but it seems really counterintuitive in just asking for problems and further problems down the road in this neighborhood. It's a neighborhood. It's not an industrial park. It's not, giant swaths of farmland. It's a neighborhood. It seems really counterintuitive in just asking for genuine trouble and problems down the road, in my eyes. And again, I just moved in. I'm still painting, I'm, patching drywall, I'm getting the place ready to go, and so myself and my fiance can get settled in there. And in the short time we've been there, we have seen what my fellow neighbors and residents have raised complaints about. Again, nothing personal to anyone that is working there. There's been no confrontations or issues with individual personnel or people. But the problem is there is nobody living there that's actually owning the property. And again, it just, to me, allowing this to happen and continue on the property, especially as someone who, is so excited about the fact that they had just found this place and, as a millennial that could afford a house at all in this day and age, that 5-10 years down the road, that I think it, only adds to potential for larger issues, larger frustrations, and the splitting up and a potential devaluing of what is a very nice, very well maintained, nice, quiet outskirts of town. It's pretty incredible to be 4 minutes from downtown Harvard and feel like, you're living on Green Acres with some really great neighbors. And that's my concern. I think it's not just about the right here and now, it's the potential and what floodgates that opens for the future. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I did not realize who the adjoining property owners were on this subject property. And while I have no financial interest, I do have a relationship, my family with the Hesperns.
Oh.
I would not be able to sit further and provide a objective decision in that regard, and would respectfully request to be excused from casting a vote objectively in the petition as presented.
Okay, do we have to continue then with another board member, or do we have to? This is a weird thing.
It is for me too.
Okay. So what is happening is that with Mr. Cozen recusing himself, that reduces the number of board members who are hearing this to 6. You are entitled to 7 people to render a recommendation. You have to have at least 5 people who are voting in favor of your petition in order for a positive recommendation to go to the county board. At this point, in a few moments when Ms. Gardner actually closes the hearing portion here, you will be asked to make a decision as to whether you want to ask for a full 7 people. If you want 7 people, then we will schedule this for a date certain. Ms. Kustra, who is not here today, would have to read the testimony from today's meeting to get herself up to speed as to what was happening. And then this board could then make a 7-person recommendation. Or you can go with the 6 people who can vote today and get things resolved today. It will be up to you, but it'll be after Ms. Gardner closes the hearing portion. Yes.
I'll let you know when that is. Okay, do you have a closing statement? Now, I know you did. Do you still remember it after all this?
Yeah. It was more like a question about the trees. Can I ask about it?
Yeah.
Well, if we have dead trees inside, we can still cut them, right? Like trees that are dying?
If the trees are dying.
Right, that's,
yeah.
It may be hard if they're dying, they're falling.
Yeah, I was trying to make that clear when I asked that question. Okay, is there anything else? What, did you want to just wrap up your testimony? Do you want to?
So, yeah, so we'll continue to get better at, following all the rules and everything. We plan to obey all the, zoning applications that we need to do and whatever we need to do. We'll just do our best to make it nice, quiet, so it's all in peace and screening and everything that's required. Ready to be done.
Thank you. Okay, now I will close the hearing portion of this meeting and we'll move into the voting portion. This is the time when you decide if you'd like to continue with just 6 members present to vote, or if you want to wait and go with 7 members to vote.
Yeah, we will continue.
You're going to continue?
Continue this meeting?
Let me explain it to him.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we'll continue.
Okay.
To get 7 people for a chance.
Okay. We're really tight.
Anna said it twice.
We're coming up with a date.
Right.
Okay. With a very full calendar.
Oh, wow.
But at the same time,
Really jammed through October. That's what I heard. It's hearsay. Take it for what it's worth.
What it's worth, yeah.
I'm trying to remember who I heard it from.
it's still a
You've been a little
consideration.
more critical.
Yeah, I can see where that.
Okay, Madam Chair, after reviewing the calendar and various people's vacation schedules, etc., next time that we will have the 6 of you and Linnea available appears that it will be on Thursday, August the 28th. I'm going to ask the board members to please confirm that you are in fact available on August the 28th.
Okay.
I am.
I am.
Yep.
And Bill, are you
Yes,
available on the 28th?
right, since Bob's not gonna be here, I will be the alternate.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we're good with the 28th?
Yep. Okay, so let's ask the applicants, would you be available on August the 28th, 1:30?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this hearing is continued till Thursday, August 28th. Same time, 1:30, in this building, probably this room, right?
Presumably so. They sometimes switch things up on us.
Yeah, I know.
And am I correct, am I correct, we will not be taking additional testimony?
That is correct.
And we'll be relying on Linnea to have reviewed the record,
Yes.
Yes.
to review all of the evidence.
That is correct.
So it's just gonna be for board action.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Correct.
As soon as I adjourn, I'll ask you, you can ask your question, okay?
Yes, I was wondering if there were any other landowners or people of interest that had sent something in writing to you regarding.
We do not have that, no. We have nothing from anybody. And we would have gotten it.
That is correct.
Because staff always forwards those to us, so we haven't gotten it.
Agreed.
Okay, in this case.